The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money, money, money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money, 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 money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grande.
I don't expect that we're going to see a house price crash. I don't think we're in a bubble.
Yeah, I used to hear that too, remember? They'd say, oh, there's never going to be a crash. No, it's not going to happen. It's different this time. It's different this time. Anytime that you hear the fake Business News Network telling you it's different this time, then run like hell and get ready to short the market. Hi, I'm Phil Grande, philsgang.com. Okay, so this was interesting yesterday. This was interesting. Oh, by the way, today, having the stock market open with the bond market closed, are you nuts? It makes no sense. That's like driving a car having no tires. The bond market is the only place you can go to get the truth. You can't get it from the fake Business News Network. You get the truth from the bond market. And again, yesterday is a great example. If you look at the yields or inflation that was reported, 6.2%, the highest in 13 years. Now, you would think, wow, the market would really sell off big. But no, it didn't sell off, and for good reason. Because any economy that is put on life support, what they call stimulus, QE, zero rates, will continue to ignore and override inflation until it can't. And talking about the yields, what's going on, if you think about yields, remember the way it works. If you have high yields, then that's great for banks. You want to be in bank stocks. If you have low yields, you want to be in tech stocks. There's two leaders. Now, also with high yields, that works good also for discretionary stocks, like Ford, for example. Or if you have high yields, you want to make sure you're in energy stocks. So you've got to have the bond market open to identify which stocks do I want to be in? Where's the money going? So what happened with all the action yesterday, this craziness that went on yesterday, when the number came out, the market didn't go down. We had this hell of a high inflation in 13 years. And you took a look at what happened is the bond yields, remember, dropped from about 165 basis points down to 146 last week. Now, when it dropped from 165 down to 146, that took the action away from the banks, okay, because remember, when they drop yields, the banks don't do well. Nor when they and again, because remember, banks, you got to have high interest rates to make money. Now, if you have low yields, if you have low yields, of course, the big tech stocks do well. Now, here's what happened: when they dropped the yields from 165 down to 146, the banks, investors switched from banks and they went down to start buying big tech. Everybody's buying big tech. Now, they manipulated for that to happen. That's been manipulated. That's what the Federal Reserve does. They manipulate. So they wanted to make sure people got out of the banks and went back into big tech because, as I tell you every day, big tech is overweighted. I mean, everybody's in big tech. Everybody's addicted to big tech. I tell you this every day. Wall Street. Congress. Go to any congressman, any representative, any senator made their fortune with inside information on big tech. So they made a fortune. But again, everybody was putting their money in the banks said, no, we got to stop this. So they finally dropped the yields down. Now big tech was back in action again. Then we get this big inflation number yesterday. So all of a sudden now we have yields go from 146 back up to, I think it was 156, something like that. 156, 157. So now here's the problem. Now is everybody going to switch out of banks? I mean, out of big tech and go back to the banks? Well, here's the problem with the market right now. This is why you got to watch the bond market. So the problem is if you take 165 basis points, anything below 165 is considered low yields. So that means you want to be in tech. Anything below 165 is low. Anything above 165 is high yields. Okay, and high yields you want to be in banks. But here's the problem. Right now, we're at let me just double check again, make sure. We're at 157. So even though we had this big move from 146 up to 165, you think everybody would just turn around and blast off and say, you come on, I'm going to buy big. I'm going to get out of my big tech and I'm going to get right into the banks. Well, they're not. The problem is, if you think about it, the yields aren't low enough for tech and aren't high enough to be in the bank stocks. So the market right now is stuck because using a baseline, say, of 165, if we got above 165, the yields got above 165, you want to be buying the banks. But guess what? We're below 165. So even though we went from 146 up to 157, it looked like a big move. And that it looked like the yields are going up, so we should get out of the big tech and go into banks. But no. So you got to be very, very careful. And that's why it's so silly to have the stock market without the bond market, because you got to watch those bonds. So right now, the banks aren't going up, and the big techs aren't moving. So if you go and you look at any of these stocks, Microsoft just going sideways, and Bank of America's going sideways. Apple going sideways, and my HSBC going sideways. As a matter of fact, even going down. So if I compare Facebook, take Facebook, well, that's going down or going sideways now after going down, and JP Morgan is going sideways. So see what's going on? So where do you go? Where do you invest when you have a situation like this where you don't have yields high enough for banks, you don't have them low enough for big tech stocks? And this is how people lose money, because they don't know what the hell they're doing. And they listen to these people on the fake business and they start getting you in stocks that you shouldn't be in. You know what we did? We moved our members into gold. And how many times did you hear me say over and over and over, listen to me. Never mind the Bitcoin and the Biggie coin and all the coins. Listen to me. Countries are going to always go and buy gold. And so I had my members every day watching gold, and we watched it for them. I said, we're going to be the first ones to get in. And guess where the money's moving? Not in the banks and not in tech. The money's moving to gold. If you remember, you'd be making money on gold, and you've been shifting out of banks and tech towards gold. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang and be in the right stocks at the right time.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert that says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night. You don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here, and it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from. All that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
What, are you nuts? If the stock market can make you so rich, especially Apple and Microsoft and Google and Amazon and the rest, why are so many Americans poor? If the 401k promises you a retirement, then why is it we are in a retirement crisis? Here's the answer. Because 85% of you get out of the market too late. I fixed that with my color-coded chart, which tells you when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out. That's right, when to run like hell. Check it out. You get a free membership and the free color-coded chart for 10 days. Check it out, philsgang.com. Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. And that's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now are the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call, 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. And I want to salute, I should say, all the veterans. Thank you for your service. Today's Veterans Day, and I can't express my gratitude enough. So, enjoy. And thank you. Okay. So here we are now with today, the bond market's closed. Yesterday, we had this big move because of the inflation was huge, went up huge. And then we went, as I say, from a low of 146 up to 156, but not high enough for people to go into the banks. Still low, not low enough for people going to tech. So money is going into gold. And please don't go into gold mining stocks unless you become a gang member. I hate that when people do that. I'll mention something on the air. People go in, they don't join the gang. Then I'll see somewhere it says, I lost money, listen to Phil Grande. But as I always tell you, they never tell you the truth, the other side. I never joined the gang, though. I thought I'd get away. I went up to spend $39.95. I heard what he said about gold, so I jumped into gold. But then I lost money. I should have joined the gang. No, you don't hear that. I listen to Phil Grande. I lost money. So that's why I hate giving stocks out over the air. Hate that. Okay? We have some great stocks. And remember, the market is going to continue to go up. It's going to continue to go up until it doesn't go up anymore. What does that mean? It means as long as we have zero rates, the market is going to ignore any inflation until it can't. And when's that? That is when the consumer can't handle the inflation anymore. The prices have gone up too high. Then they got to make that choice. I got to either pay my credit card or I got to pay my mortgage payment. Got to pay my credit card or I got to pay my car payment. I can't do both. And that's when they'll raise rates, the Federal Reserve. And that's when the crash occurs. But in the meantime, I track, and my team tracks, we call our crash trend. It's an actual trend. And by the way, don't forget this Friday, go to my YouTube channel, The Unfolding of the Market Crash, where I got some wonderful charts in there and I explain thoroughly what's going on, what the crash trend means. I'll prove to you. See, the problem is people think because the market's going up, they have been convinced by the fake Business News Network that the stock market reflects the health of the economy, and it doesn't. So as long as they see the stock market go up, they think, oh. And then yesterday when we had a 13-year high in inflation, and remember, Biden, since he got in office, went from like 0.5% to, I forget what it is, but it was crazy. He went from, Biden inflation, when he got in, it was around, I think it was around about 0.5%, and now we're up to about 6.5%. I mean, he really has screwed things up. Because why? What's he doing? Because he's working with the Fed to increase prices. And see, in the Federal Reserve, what they do is they convince people they're good people. The Federal Reserve is good people. And they're going to make sure that they increase prices for the good of the economy. Unbelievable. You know, most people don't even understand the Federal Reserve, what they do. They're a bunch of gangsters. They don't do anything for us. They screw us. They try to make it sound like the Federal Reserve is trying to help the economy, trying to help it grow, keep it strong through increasing prices, through inflation. What are you, nuts? All they're really doing is confiscating your money through inflation by devaluating your money. So Congress can pay down its debt with devalued dollars, which hurts all of us. If you have a retirement account, or if you have your kid's account to send them to college, you're getting screwed. What are you, nuts? So their fake narrative, remember, is that it's our job to keep promoting prices up, which means inflation. Remember, it was at 2% and then 5%? Because that improves the economy. That's a bold-faced lie. It doesn't improve the economy. What improves the economy is when they move the interest rates up. When interest rates go up, it tells you got a good economy. But by keeping interest rates at zero for 13 years, and then they moved the prices up, called inflation, what a bunch of nonsense. The Federal Reserve, remember, is owned by the most powerful people. You got the Getty family, you got the Rothschild family, you got the Weathermere family, you got the Dumas family, Arnault family. I mean, these are the 1/100th of 1%. Their power comes from their owning their banks. They own their own banks. They're huge. They're powerful. And when they own their own banks, they become part of the central bank. So if I own a bank and I'm 70% owner of a bank in Europe, then I can come over here and I can get shares of our central bank. So I'm one of the biggest owners. So that's how you become an owner of the Federal Reserve. These are gangsters. These are gangster banksters. These are the 1/100th of 1%. They're not the 1%. They're the 1/100th of 1%. Remember, these people create trillions of dollars, making money, bailing out foreign banks, bailing out foreign countries, even bailing out countries that are our enemies. They support military armies that are our enemies, our adversaries. There's no conscience with these people. They are not nice people. And guess what? You can't even audit them to find out what the hell they're doing. The law says you can't audit them.
We're not lending to those banks. We're lending to the central bank. The central bank is responsible for repaying us.
So who got the money?
To financial institutions in Europe and other countries.
Which ones?
I don't know.
They are gangsters. Gangsters. Unbelievable. They're not nice people. Be right back after this break. Join my gang, 877-600-GANG, and always be in the right stock group.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG, try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you, start making money. Please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
I signed up, and I've learned an incredible amount from Phil and Steve. The staff at Phil's Gang gives platinum-level service and stock recommendations. You know, it's as simple as that. At the end of a month or so, I've always been in the black. Phil's Gang is a class act. I'm happy to be a member.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert that says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night. You don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande. Is your business prepared to respond to any emergency in the workplace? Well, you better be. Let over 30 years of law enforcement experience go to work for you. Boyd Investigative Group is here for all your business security needs. I know. I use them. They're terrific. Call today for your free confidential consultation. 941-724-4535. That's 941-724-4535. Or visit them on the website, BoydInvestigativeGroup.com.
License number A1 900-020.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up. It never comes down. It keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you've got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call, 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
The unfolding of a market crash. If you don't think the stock market's going to crash, then you got to be nuts. This is going to be one of the biggest crashes ever. Just because they're stimulating the economy, they're plugging money in, keep driving up the debt. No, the market is going to crash. I bring you evidence every Friday on my YouTube channel. I review the week and tell you why we're getting closer to crash, so don't miss it. It's free for everyone. Go to my YouTube channel, Phil's Gang YouTube channel. Yeah, and go this Friday because it's going to be really comprehensive. I think it's one of the best ones I've done. We've got charts, got beautiful charts, and you're going. By the time you're done viewing that, you're going to understand totally what is going on. You also are going to see my trend chart. We built a trend chart that identifies the trend heading towards a crash or away from a crash, and identifies why, and you can understand it and see it. The stock market, okay, that is going up 400% since 2013. Since 2009. And it's gone up 100% since 2020. It's all driven by zero rates. Not earnings, not a good economy, just zero rates. The biggest bubble in history. And who created that bubble? The Federal Reserve, these gangsters. And they screw everybody. Because here's what they do. Remember, that money printing inflates our money supply, and that's inflationary. See, now they say to you, no, it's not. It's only inflationary when you spend it. That's like the chicken and the egg. Who comes first? If they didn't print the money, you couldn't spend it. So don't listen to that nonsense. It is inflationary. And they print trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars because these gangsters go all over the world funding our enemies. Do you know they even funded the Taliban's poppy seed operation? Their heroin operation, rather? Yeah. Read it. Just go online, read. You'll see. They are not good people, these gangster banksters. So here's what they do here. So they print money to bail out banks all over the world, countries all over the world, armies, whatever. But here what they do is they print the money to inflate the money supply so they can use trillions of dollars, as I said, to even fund enemies of ours. All that's inflationary. And when the Federal Reserve sets the inflation number, what they're actually doing is setting a price, the price of goods. In other words, when they say inflation is 2%, they're saying, well, that's great. 2% is wonderful because we need to make sure prices go up 2% so we can have a great economy. Now they're at 5%. But it's not really 5%. It's 13%, the real number. And they say, oh, this is going to make a good economy. No, it isn't. That's all fake. That's all fake. So what they're doing is they run these prices up. They're setting these prices, and it's inflation. Prices going up, let's say, 5% a year. That's not going to create a healthy economy. What they're doing is confiscating your money by devaluating your power in that dollar. Your dollar power, your purchasing power goes down. They do this on purpose. The real number is 13% inflation. So right now they're taking 13% of your paycheck this week. They're taking 13% of the money you put away for college education for your kids. They're taking 13% of the money you got in your 401k away. They do this on purpose. They do this on purpose. The more they devalue the dollar, the more the purchasing power drops. The more they can pay down our debt, I tell you this every day, to China, to the Saudis. This is why they do it. So if they can print money today and devaluate the dollar 20%, and their debt is $1 trillion, that means our debt is only $800 billion now. Who benefits from that? Not us. We don't benefit because they're stealing from us. Remember, every time they tell you they're setting the inflation rate, they're moving prices higher. And that hurts you and me, our kids. It hurts us. People don't understand it. That's why they've been fighting, the smart people have been fighting to get rid of this Federal Reserve. Now, Biden benefits from this. Why? Because remember, Biden, whatever president is in office time, they control the Federal Reserve in a sense of policy. They work together. So Biden and his progressives, the more debt they create, they love it. Because the more inflation they create, they love it because guess what? China, their debt, Saudi's debt go down. So what their plan is, it's called, their monetary policy is one of print and spend. It should be monetary policy of business investment, but they print and spend. They raise taxes. They raise regulations. They destroy the middle class. Their goal is always to expand the welfare state, just like Obama did. That's their goal. So as long as they can keep inflation going, that means they can push the debt down, making room for more social policies. Another 1.7 trillion. By the way, they didn't drop it from 3.5 to 1.7 trillion. That's a joke. That's a trick. They didn't say, well, we're going to go from 3.5 to 1.7. What they do is take the difference between the 1.7 and the 3.5, and they say, we're only going to have those programs for 1 year or 2 years, so we don't have to put them in. So we really dropped it from 3.5 to 1.7. No, they didn't, because at the end of 2 years, they never get rid of the programs. The programs will stay in for 10 years or more. So they never cut from 3.5 to 1.7. So don't fall for that. All Biden wants to do, and his progressives, is to make sure that inflation keeps going up. They love inflation. And it's killing our economy. Killing our economy.
There's just been this march towards the left, from my perspective, on green energy that literally is putting people's lives in jeopardy.
That's right.
We spoke with an energy charity that said that families may have to make the decision between, as he said, quote, heating or eating.
Now remember what Biden did. We controlled the oil prices. We were oil independent. We could keep oil prices down. But he wanted to make sure oil prices went up. He wanted inflation. That's why he said, let's make sure we're not oil independent. This way, inflation will go up. The more inflation goes up, the more we can devalue the dollar. But we won't tell people we're stealing from them. If we're going to devalue the dollar by putting interest rates up to 5% or 13%, we won't tell them. And of course, our friends in the news media won't tell them either. Can you imagine? This is what they're doing. So you got to know which stocks to be in. We got our people into gold. Look at the gold stock today. Look at them yesterday. We got them, I think, before anybody else, because everybody else was tied into big tech stocks. And that's why you should please join the gang. 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-GANG. Join it free for 10 days. Get the color-coded chart. And then every day at 2 o'clock, Steve will post our portfolio, our member portfolio. And each day he tells the member what to do with their stock. So you always know what to do with your stock. You're not left out there hanging, guessing. More when I get back. 877-600-GANG or go to philsgang.com.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. What if you could have an in-depth understanding of the stock market just like the pros? Well, thanks to Phil Grande and philsgang.com, you can. philsgang.com offers comprehensive, up-to-date market information designed to help you understand and anticipate market behavior. With philsgang.com, you'll build your investing confidence even through down cycles and periods of uncertainty. Go to philsgang.com. philsgang.com today. 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264.
Warning, Google, Apple, Microsoft, Netflix, Facebook, all these hot stocks are going to crash. They're going to drop as much as 60-70%. Hi, I'm Phil Grande, philsgang.com. Exactly what happened in the dot-com days is going to repeat itself. Remember, 85% of people lose money in the stock market because they don't know when to get out. I fixed that with my color code technology chart. It tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. That's right. Make sure you check it out. It's free for 10 days, philsgang.com. Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG, try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you, start making money. Please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Thinking about investing in the stock market? Go to philsgang.com, where we have over 50 years experience in trading and investing in the stock market. Phil's Gang teaches you how to make profits in the market with stock chart analysis, up-to-the-minute alerts, and always keeping you informed with professional guidance in long and short-term positions. Go to philsgang.com or call one of our professional staff to answer your questions. 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Stop wondering about your financial future and start doing something about it.
With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG. Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com. Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call, 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
OIH, let's reduce this to a scout now. We're still in it, but this is starting to tighten, and you can see we started to cross.
See, that's what you get here at Phil's Gang. When you are part of our membership, you have the member portfolio. You select what ETF or stock you want to follow. Every day, we post, Steve posts, he's the head of our education department, he posts every day what you're supposed to do with each stock, every day. So when you come home from work, have your supper, sit down, flip open your laptop, 10 minutes, you know exactly what to do with OIH, oil.
OIH, let's reduce this to a scout now. We're still...
Do you get that from anybody in your 401k? Does your broker call you? Does he send you an email every day on your portfolio what you should do? No. Well, that's what we do. That's what we do. Now, listen to this.
6 months, you could see $100 crude prices globally, and that will really bust a lot of budgets as we go forward.
When we get to that $100 in oil, that's when people got to make that decision between, do I pay my car payment, do I pay my house payment? Do I pay my credit card, house, automobile? What should I pay? I can't pay them all. And that's when they will raise the rates. Until then, they don't care how high inflation goes. Having this QE, zero rates, will override any inflation. Until that point, and they know that. That point is coming, and that's why, please, go to my site this Friday, The Unfolding of the Market Crash. I really worked on that so you can get a real understanding of what that trend crash looks like. Why, when the stock market's going up, always remember, if the stock market's going up and you got more than 50% of the stocks below their support of 50-day moving average, that whole stock market is being pushed up. It's being pulled up. There's no earnings behind it. There's no profits behind it. They're rigged. But here's the problem. When we hit, and even before we hit $100 a barrel, remember what they're doing. Biden wanted oil to go to $100. Think about it. Why would anybody in their right mind say, I am going to do something that is going to take us from being oil independent, controlling our prices? And oil, remember, is everything. Oil is everything. Oil is in everything, from lipstick to gasoline. Beef. Oil's beef. Why? Because, remember, they have to grow the food for the cattle. They need fertilizer. Where's the fertilizer come from? Where's the components? From oil. There's components from oil that go into the fertilizer that grows your beef. Beef is up about 21. Beef is up this year from October to October about 21%. Poultry, 12%. Pork, 14%. Gasoline, 50%. Fuel. Wait till people get hit with heating oil. Up 59%. Cars, 26%. This is nuts. But he knew that. He knew this was going to happen when he decided to take our position away of being oil independent. And why did he do that? Because he knows the higher inflation goes, the more he's going to take from you and me and devaluate the dollars we have. And when he devaluates that dollar, he can pay the debt down with China and the Saudis. We devalue dollars. So if he owes $1 trillion, he doesn't. All of a sudden it drops down to 800. Then it drops down to 600. That's how he does it. And why does he do that? Because he wants to make room for another 100 billion for immigration reform. He wants to give $45,000 to illegal immigrants and felons. He wants to provide them electric bikes, $4 billion. Climate change, this green crap. Hey, if you want to go green, I have no problem, but you can't just cut oil off and coal off. If you develop the other sources, wind and water and everything else, nuclear, if you develop that first, yeah, I'm for that too. But you don't cut us off and have nothing to replace it. And then you're going to print $570 billion for green? For green? You got to be kidding me. $126 billion to subsidize Obamacare, to give our immigrants who come here illegal free Obamacare. This is crazy. Goes on and on. This is what's going on. Another $858 billion for public transit. You know how much money they're losing on public transit, especially trains? Are you kidding me? $174 billion for electric cars. Only 2% of the people in the nation use electric cars. This is all crazy stuff. That has caused inflation to go through the roof, and why it's up at a 13-year high, and Biden wants inflation to go up even more so he can pay down his debt with devalued dollars so he can do more programs. More programs. And that $1.7 trillion socialist reconciliation bill is a lie. You didn't cut it from 3.5 to 1.7. What they do is they take those some programs out and say, oh, we're only going to take these programs to have for a year. 2 years to most. So then they don't count. They take them out. But they never really take them out. They leave the program in, and then after 2 years they make it permanent. It's a big false lie. It's a big lie. So you need to be in the right stocks at the right time. You got to know what the yields are doing based on this inflation. You got to make sure you're in the right stocks. This is what we do for our gang every day. Make sure they're in the right stocks. This, I always say to people, the easiest thing is making people money. The hardest thing, and we do this every day. My members always tell our team here, let's focus on people not losing money. If they don't lose money, they'll never leave us. They're with us forever. I have some members been with me since day one. Some members with me for 21 years. Making the money is the easy part. The difficult part is to get them to a position that they don't lose money because they're stubborn. They're so used to turning on that fake business network and they're giving you a stock they shouldn't give you. Here, I'll give you an example. Look at this. Look at Kramer again. Another lousy stock. Look at this.
We're thinking Nokia.
Nokia? I like Nokia. They're making a comeback. Nokia's doing well. I think you might have a winner there.
I like Nokia. They're coming back. You're doing well. Look at the winner here. Really? Why don't you take a look at the chart, Kramer? Money is pouring out of Nokia. Institutions are pulling their money out. What a genius. Every stock is great with him. Every stock. Here's another genius play he had. There's another genius. He's telling people, go buy DKNE. Remember that one? DKNG. He had people buying that stock. Guess what? It's dropped from, and it's still dropping. When he told people to buy it, my members were shorting it. Guess what? Money was pouring out of their stocks. Institutions were taking their money out. The stock was dropping. The stock was dropping from a high of $53.85 to where it is today, $40.73. But you know why he said he liked that stock? Because he knows the CEO so well. I know the CEO. I know him. Yeah, I know the CEO. Man, he's a good guy. He's a good man. He's a good man. He's a good guy. They do. Yeah, they do great stuff. Yeah, CEO. Good. Buy it. Yes, I buy. What are you, nuts? Join my gang. 877-600-GANG. Free for 10 days.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grande, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
It's up to me to make